Oh, dear Jesus. It's going to be one of those days.
Was that Bruce Springsteen or John Mellencamp? It's Bruce
Uh,
Springsteen.
it's Mellencamp's birthday today.
Is it?
Yes.
I bet he's old. Because it makes me feel old that he's having a birthday.
I'll have to look that up. I forgot. I'll have to come early because you were dancing. It's been a while since you've danced like that.
I don't know. When the spirit moves you, Greg, when the spirit moves you.
I thought you had lost your groove.
I always have my groove.
What's that movie? Stella got her groove back. Janet got her groove back.
I haven't seen the movie, but I read that book, that Toni Moore. It's really good.
All right. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, October the 7th, 2021. Show number 128. I'm
Crazy.
Greg Milby, community storyteller. There's my friend, Janet Clark, community fanatic.
Fanatic.
You're energetic today. I like that.
Well, I got to make up for a week because you wimped out on me last week and
I know.
got sick on me. And so I got to make up for a lot. I was all ready. And at the last minute, I had to bail. And so I got all this pent up bacon stuff.
Oh, my gosh. I believe me, I did not want to bail at all. I had it in my brain. I mean, I was in bed with this stomach bug. I said, I am going to get out of this bed tomorrow and I am going to go downstairs and I'm going to do bacon in your
Do that
mailbox.
to yourself, though. No, can't do it. I'm glad that you didn't, because I wouldn't want you to do this show not feeling at your best.
It was, whew. I am okay if I never, ever have a stomach bug like that ever again in my life.
I'm so sorry. That is tough.
Everybody's dealing with it. But of course, as soon as you start to feel bad, what does everybody think you have? I'm like, not everything
Rona.
is that. Not everything is that.
But listen, it sounds like what you had may have been, like, symptom-wise, could have been, like, made you feel worse for a longer period of time. Bless your heart.
It was crazy. I don't want any more of it, but I'm good. Back on the mend. So
Good.
life is good. Still can't eat everything like I was doing, which is not a bad thing. And my doctor's like, hey, this takes like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going,
Oh my gosh. That is bad.
okay. Well, missed this, but good morning, Carter Blankenship.
I think we should say it twice.
Okay. Good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Muy, 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 Greg.
Nothing like it.
Adorable.
I'm sure he's watching today because, fall break and all.
Listen, I know. And my driver, my older kid who drives around my youngest is out of town. So I've been dropping off at football practice. That's why I was running a little late this morning. My life is all out of whack this week, schedule wise.
I feel weird because we didn't do anything.
Well, we didn't either because I have a football player. When you have a football player, you don't get fall break.
But they don't have a game, do they?
No. Well, they had a game last Friday night, and then he plays on the it's the equivalent of JV. It's the Froshmore, and they had a game this past Monday. So, yeah, a little bit of a different situation for us this year, but that's okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I've been living vicariously through everybody else that's down on the beach having a good time. So
I know.
it's I think the only local team that has the game this weekend is John Hardin, and I know they play at Louisville Moore tomorrow night. I know E-Town, Central Hardin, and North Hardin have off.
They're all off.
Yeah. I'll have to check into that.
Business-
Bacon in your mailbox weather forecast. Let's see here. What do we got? Cloudy, occasional rain, maybe even a thunderstorm this afternoon, 76. 58 and cloudy tonight. Cloudy, 76 for Friday. I'll take the Friday and the Saturday forecast if you need me to have rain today. I'll take that.
Well, that's true. And it seems like it's kind of been a dreary few days, but I'm looking outside right now and it looks like the sun is trying to come out. So
I'll take that too.
I know, right?
Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to talk last week, and we'll talk a little bit about it because, man, my gosh, you had a pretty nice week the week before. That whole announcement with Ford, man, that was.
Yeah. So I was really, to be honest, really fortunate enough to be able to serve on that pitch team months and months before. And it's just been, it was a really well kept secret for a while, I felt like. But then once the special session hit and the state legislature passed the economic incentive package, I feel like everybody kind of went, oh, now we're talking. Because that's when it really felt real to me. And so we went to Frankfurt for it was like a concert. Like the announcement, the stage, and Bill Ford was just the nicest guy. And I learned that even people like him, they put their pants on one leg at a time, and they'll joke over a snack about how hot it is, and unusually, it was just really fun. It was really neat to be a part of.
Good deal. I'm excited for it. I know, with our firm, we do some work with Industrial Foundation and stuff, and we I knew there'd been a lot of action.
Yeah. Yes.
We had been out there quite a few times, flying a drone and doing some other stuff. So I knew there was a lot of action. I didn't think it was going to be that quick.
Well, not only was it quick, it ended up being big. When you think about it, we're not talking about electric vehicle batteries that are in like Teslas right now. We're talking about the future of electric vehicles and some crazy technology. It is incredible, truly. And we're right here in the smack dab middle of their strategic planning for the next iteration of those electric vehicles. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's hard for a lot of people to put their head around exactly what's going on, but
that's true. And when it comes to industry relocating someplace, it's interesting for people to kind of learn, kind of go through the process, because obviously they have to have the facility and the infrastructure and our location and that mega site that is literally shovel ready now, with 20 years of effort going in to making it that way. And then you have to talk about workforce development and education. And then Dennis Johnson has to talk about medical facilities and healthcare in our area at a time when they got a lot going on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the easy part was me. I just got to really kind of share why our community is a wonderful place to visit, live, and work. And so I feel like I towed the easy line as part of that presentation, but I thoroughly enjoyed it and was very honored to be part of it.
Well, I did an interview last week, or actually recorded a presentation from Ashley Watts with Kentucky Tourism, of course, yes. Local girl, that'll be a part of the Chamber of Commerce luncheon this next week. And then yes. I did an interview yesterday at ECTC about their workforce solutions, their mobile labs and stuff, which is that stuff's going to be absolutely massive over the next couple of years, getting people ready for what's coming. So it's a good time.
It's game changer. It's like one of those forever, bigger than your head game changer.
People equate it to Georgetown. What happened to Georgetown with Toyota? So
yeah, and that's a little bit of an apples to oranges but it's the closest thing. It's the closest thing we have. And if you know anyone that lived in Georgetown more than 20 years ago, they can start to explain the implications and the trickle-down effect and the benefit to everyone in that community, whether you're associated with the development or not. Yep. You stand to live in a much brighter and more progressive and more positive community.
Well, let's check in. Who's, I'm out of practice here. I almost forgot to do this. Good morning, Son and Jana. Dad, the first poster today.
Thanks, Raj. He's on it. He knew we were going to be talking about it.
Yeah. There's Morgan in.
Hey, Morgan.
Jay Hobbs. I've not seen any beach photos, so I'm guessing Jay is working this week.
I think those boys are practicing this week. I think those guys got to stay in game shape ready.
Reagan, good morning to you, Jana. Yeah, leaving me out.
And she just said your name, not good morning. Hey,
yeah,
Ken.
There is not. There's the Bearded Wonder, a.k.a. Content King. I don't know. Ken Salee. And then there's a Ken double shot, Ken Helton. Good morning, Bacon Night.
Hey,
It's
Ken.
good to see him. Jay says they still got to practice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's it. Yeah. Good morning, Pops and the E-Town Queen. Wow.
Wow.
Man, that
Under
is.
2 months to the big day. What big day, Dustin?
He's getting married.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? Never thought it would happen. Yeah. He's a Ford guy, just like me, which I'm happy. I'm a Ford guy, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Jay says, come enjoy Glendale days this year. Scenery will surely change soon. I'm sure it will, but I don't think it.
It will, but a lot of things will. I mean, the mainstays of that community, something like Glendale Days, it may just get better. Think about it.
I hope so. I
mean, Glendale doesn't go away. Things just happen around it that build it up. So it'll be cool.
And let's just be honest. A lot of these festivals and events have changed over the last 5 years anyway.
Yes.
I still love a great parade, but parades aren't the same as they were 5 to 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
So, I don't want that to sound negative because I still love them, but
yeah.
So Ken says his Ford F-150, 200,000 miles strong now.
Sweet.
Good deal. All right. Oh, hold on a second. Good morning, Shirley.
Shirley's wondering where you've been. Now she knows you've been a little illin'.
Well, I saw Shirley. Shirley did a half marathon last weekend.
Sweet.
I think in Evansville. And then she came and did the Rail Splitter 5K at Lincoln Days. So
love it.
Aaron Rucker down there in Maples, Florida.
Maples.
When I grow up, I want to be Aaron Rucker.
Me too.
If I ever grow up. That'd be kind of a nice deal. But I'm good. I just kind of, chilling this week, doing some different stuff, getting some work in.
Yep.
This weekend is another busy weekend as far as fitness events. If you wanted to participate in those, we have the Tails and Tatas 5K.
I think you have to say it that way when you say the name of that event. Tails and Tatas.
It took the first couple of years. It took me a little bit. I kind of felt dirty, but then you get it in your mind of exactly what it is.
You crack me up.
I'm just being honest.
You're not 14, Greg. It's okay.
I act like it. I can't help it. There's just certain, I can't help it. So, but I'm better with it now. I'm more mature about it. So,
good.
Anyways, it raises money for breast cancer awareness, and the funds go through the Baptist Health Hardin Foundation.
Yes.
And Saturday morning, it's going to start and end at Swope Toyota right there in the parking lot there. It's going to go through Freeman Lake, and we're going to have a good time.
The weather's going to be really great for that. The weather's going to turn super nice. And you can walk, you can run, you can stroll, you can crawl if you want. Just come out and support.
Yep. So that's Saturday morning. Now, Saturday night, this is going to be fun. So let me tell the backstory. So I get a call from E-Town Police Department. They're like, hey, National Faith in Blue weekend is coming up, and we want to do a 5K run walk for the community. Now it's kind of last minute. Here's the route idea we've got. What do you think? And I'm like, that's a great idea, but with the amount of people you're going to have, we need to talk to a sports park. Sure enough, Todd Yancey and the crew over there were like, you know what? We're going to make that happen. So Saturday night, 6:00, it's going to be 2 loops around the trail in the sports park.
Right.
It's a free 5K.
How fun.
Totally free. There's an ice cream social afterwards. Now, they had a t-shirt deadline, so there were free t-shirts, and they will have some extra, but I don't know how much.
All right, so there's no guarantee of a t-shirt, but you still don't have to pay an entry fee, and it's a really cool loop. Like if you've wondered going out there, like where to go to train, where to go to walk, this is a great opportunity because you get to do it at night, you get to do it with supporting your local police, and you'll come in contact with some of the most amazing people in our community. So there's a bajillion reasons to go out for that.
We're
event.
close to 300 runners right now.
Nice.
So it'll be a
Nice.
fun night, party atmosphere. We're going to crank the tunes. We're going to have a great time. So
That's
plan on
amazing.
coming out. So you can do
Very
both of them. Do Saturday morning and then
Absolutely.
Saturday night. So a lot
Absolutely.
of fun. So that's my weekend. And then last weekend we had 4 events.
Crazy.
It's just crazy. It's busy.
I know.
You know,
I know.
part-time hobby job is not necessarily that, but anyway. Sports last Saturday night, very big night for Kentucky fans.
I mean, stop it. My youngest, so I had a house full of teenage boys watching that game. I couldn't even tell what was going. At times I couldn't even see the TV screen because they were standing in front of the TV, screaming, high-fiving, falling on the floor. It was mayhem.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
I think it's weird that I hate that they fine the university when they.
I know. Isn't that kind of a bizarre thing? It seems like that's very outdated. It seems like they should only have to pay if there's damage. Because all those security people are there. They're not pulling down goalposts because now they have those breakaways where they just fall flat. They pull them down. So it seems like to me, if anything, maybe we pay a little bit of overtime for the security guards and call it good.
Yeah,
That's just my 2 cents. Nobody asked me.
it's $250,000 just seems like a big fine to me for that.
It could be like $25.
That'll work. JR says it was rocking. And then
I'm so sorry I wasn't there. Truly.
I Ken said, what did UK do?
Oh.
So they've got LSU this week.
I mean, beat the number 10 team. And listen, we got to bring it back. And so, like now, so sometimes when you win, people try to say, well, we'll see if they're still that good. Maybe that was a fluke. They've got to do it this weekend. But when is the last time LSU came to UK and UK was ranked and what are they, 4 points or something, underdog, whatever. So I think they just you can't have that dip after the high. You got to keep that momentum.
You got to keep that noise. That noise was the difference maker.
Truly.
All those false start penalties, that was.
But here's the thing. So I've heard people talk about the noise, and I don't disagree that it was, that rowdy crowd made a huge difference. But have you ever, Gainesville is not a small stadium. Do they just not cheer when Florida has the ball down there or what? You
bring it down because you want your quarterback to be able to hear. And I don't know. That's the only explanation for that many false start penalties.
That's true.
So, but either way, Kentucky played a great game. And, as a Louisville fan and having a kid at UK, and then here's Jennifer in there cheering for Kentucky to score.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to do that. I can't do that. Just can't.
Oh, sure you can.
I can't do that.
I cheer for the Cards too.
But
it's possible.
She's cheering for them to score, not for them to win, but so they'll show the band. It's just, I'm cutting him out of my will. I'm cutting him out.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm leaning back that way now.
That's tough talk.
It is. Well, I'm all about tough love with my son.
You Card fan.
He did.
I tried to help them. I tried everything within my limited Cardinal power.
If you could have put on a referee uniform, that'd have been great because apparently they were not for Louisville in that game.
Listen, it was tough.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Louisville plays Saturday at home against Virginia. That's a 3:00 kickoff, and then UTSA. So University of Texas San Antonio, who are 5-0, are at Western Kentucky, which Western has had a couple of tough runs. They had Indiana, and then they played Michigan State. Now they've got an undefeated team that's in their conference. That's at 7:00 Saturday, and then 7:30 Saturday night is the LSU and UK game. So baseball playoffs are going on.
So who won that game last night? The Dodgers.
Yeah.
I did not hang.
I did. I was sitting there. Cardinals scored in the first inning, and it became a pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
Not against the starting pitchers because they both came out in the fourth and fifth innings. It was the bullpens. They went at it. It was tied 1-1, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, walk-off home run.
Wow. So wait, so it was in the ninth inning? For some reason, I thought it went extra innings. It didn't.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Wow. The very last out was the walk-off.
2 strikes.
That's drama.
2 strikes.
Drama.
It was after midnight. I was preparing myself to go extra innings. I was like, okay, let's get this out. We'll go on. And we had one of our closers in that throws some heat.
Wow.
So now, granted, the Cardinals won 20 of 22 to really secure that wild card spot. They used pretty much all of their mojo to get to the playoffs.
To get there, yeah.
And the Dodgers have won 106 games.
Yeah.
And still only got the wild card spot in their division.
Well, we'll see how they're run. I mean, if they can hang on,
Yeah. So Dodgers won 3-1. Today, White Sox and the Astros, game 1 of that divisional series, is at 4:07 this afternoon. And then the Red Sox and the Rays play game 1 of their series at 8:07 tonight.
This is when really the last couple of weeks is when I picked baseball back up because I think the baseball season is too long. So I'm all interested when the games start. And then I lose that love and feeling about, after 2 or 3 games, 2 or 3 weeks in. And now I get a little more interested. And so I was interested in the game last night, but it'll be good.
I love the playoffs. I do.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot of fun. NFL tonight, Thursday night game. The Rams they're at Seattle. They'll take on the Seahawks tonight at 8:20. And I like the excitement in our house because Jennifer and I are doing fantasy football with some friends.
Oh, okay.
So there's 8 of us.
Fun.
Having some fun with it.
Yep.
I like that because it just gives us more discussion about football.
Have you played her head to head? Like, do you all?
I have not played her yet.
Played her? Okay.
No. I play her 2 weeks.
Okay, that's fun.
I lost to Gavin last week.
Funny. That's fun.
That hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So I have a couple of people in my house that are playing, but here's the problem with them. They play in more than one league. And so when I say, how'd your team do this weekend? They start giving me all this whole, well, I won in this one, but I didn't in this one, but I still got 20 points out on this one. And I've got Monday. And I get so confused. It makes me not want to talk to them about their fantasy football experiences because I really just wanted to know how you did. You could just say great or horrible.
Yeah, I've got one, and that's it. This one team. And my team is obliterated with injuries last week.
Oh, see, that happens too.
I had my tight end on my team goes down in the first quarter. A kicker doesn't even make it to the game. He gets hurt in pregame.
Oops.
So there's 2 players that I'm not even going to get any points from.
Nope.
And then a couple of my starters were out.
Oh.
And I had backups in. And anyway, no excuse. I lost. It's just part of being a coach and being a manager.
Part of being a coach. It's part of choosing your lineup.
That's it. So good morning to you, Jason Basham. Jason is kind of roving up the northern section of our country.
Oh yeah, fun.
Yeah, I've seen photos. They were up in Philadelphia and
nice.
making the jaunt around, doing some historical viewage. Yeah, they had a big to do, and I think they're having an official event about the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest pocket knife.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So I got this.
The world's largest pocket knife, Hardin County.
I know.
We're that cool.
I get this invite like, hey, we're doing this event, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that's coming up this next week. But then all of a sudden it's all over the paper, the pictures. I'm like, I thought they were keeping that a secret.
That's funny. I mean, if it was a secret, it wasn't a very well kept one because that's a big pocket knife.
It's a very big pocket knife. He said Wednesday at 1:00.
There you go.
But that's like saying, hey, We got a surprise announcement Wednesday at 1. Here's what it is.
That's okay. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a reason to get together and celebrate it.
Yeah,
I love
I'll
it.
do that. Well, we got to have cake.
I mean, same. When we went to Frankfurt, we kind of knew Ford was going to be there.
Yeah. And then, tomorrow there's an event at the Patton Museum.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk about this guy.
I'm excited, but I'm going to be there. So I'm going to actually be recording it to be used for, it'll be on Kentucky's Heartland and Swope Family Dealerships are sponsoring this. Hold on. Jason says Ben Sharon can't keep a secret. Well, the brother, don't tell him the secrets.
That's funny. Greg Milby can't either. Well, sometimes.
No, I can keep them, but as long as Ben doesn't tell them first.
That's right.
But so Mike Martin and those guys up there at the Patton Museum, they're trying to do this leadership series.
Yes.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun.
So tell me the name of the guy, Griffin. Gosh, I can't think of his name. I'm horrible. Flip flop. Anyway, look it up.
His name is
Wayne, not Wayne.
Matthew Griffin.
Matthew Griffin. He has a fascinating story, and well worth your time. If nothing else, just Google him and watch a TED Talk of his, or just a little snippet of one of his leadership lectures, and you will immediately understand why this guy is the coolest cat ever and has amazing stories to tell. And
the cool thing about it is it's a free event.
Is it? What time does it start? I need to rearrange my schedule.
It starts at 11:45 and it runs to 12:45.
11:45.
So, okay. This guy, and I'm kind of talking out of school, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy, his normal speaking fee is like $20,000.
Wow.
That's when you know the guy's pretty good.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Like he is well known on the circuit for, and gosh, for it to be a free event for people here to get the opportunity to see him. And I think he's going to be signing his book. I mean, obviously, he would like to sell some probably. I think they're going to have a limited number of books available, his books available. But gosh, I need to rearrange my schedule. Right now, I can't make it, but I would love to go.
Yeah, I'm going up there today to kind of, do a little walkthrough stuff. But tomorrow, and if you can't make it, you won't miss out because we're going to video it. This kind of a basic video setting of it all. And then we will be putting it on Kentucky's Heartland's website, and it'll also be on the Patton Museum's YouTube channel. And so
cool.
It'll be available because that's what they want these to be. They don't want these aren't money makers for the Patton Museum. They're not trying to make these things money makers for the museum.
Right.
They are, it is the general Patton Museum of leadership, and they want to focus on leaders. So this leader lesson is the first that they hope of many in a series.
And it's a different type of outreach for the Patton Museum than they've done in the past that will really be applicable, and it is broad enough that in any, whether it is in your professional life or your personal life, if you're current military, retired military, or if you just live in our community, just fascinating and well worth the watch.
Yeah, I think they've Mike Martin and the crew there, they have done a great job trying to make the Patton Museum even more accessible than it's been in the past.
Not just in a physical sense, like the gates open, they're open all the time. You can go visit, but really to get to know them in different ways. And this series is one of them.
Yeah. So that's coming up tomorrow, and it starts at 11:45 and goes till 11:45 to 12:45. It's at the Abrams Conference Center right there at the Patton Museum. So plan on if you can. The other thing that's coming up next Thursday night, the 14th. Have you heard about the fall ball?
Is this the benefit at Thurman's Landing?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for Mission Hope for Kids.
Yes,
it is. It is. It's an elegant night. It's, wear your boots, your suits, your evening gowns. They've got cocktail hour at 5:30. There's dinner at 7. There's live music. There's an auction. And there's just a lot of stuff with it. Tickets are a little pricey, I think, but when I explain it, it'll make a little more sense. They're $150 per person.
Okay.
But $100 of that is a direct donation to Mission Hope for Kids.
That's wonderful.
So it's going to be a very, very controlled crowd.
Yes.
It's going to be an elegant night. So
how can folks get information about that? Like, where is it?
Kentucky'sHeartland.com. If you go there.
Oh, how convenient was that?
There is a featured interview that I did with Giselle with E-Town Lifestyle Magazine about the event. And then there's a calendar entry there too. And I do believe I'm going to be there doing a red carpet type thing where we'll do some interviews beforehand.
Cool.
So, which is fun. And I love doing those. And we're starting to do more. Like tomorrow night, if you're going to the movies, make sure you look for me when you walk out from one of the 3 big movies that have released. We're going to be doing red carpet reactions after the movies.
Oh my gosh.
At Crown Point Theater with our friends at Crown Point. They want to do that. So we're going to do that.
That's fun.
Yeah. I thought so. He's like, hey, what do you think of this? I'm like, I'm game. Let's go. That's a
great idea.
So yeah, we're going to do that coming up tomorrow night.
So that's interesting because, there are people, there are movies that I love that other people think were horrible. And so it'll be fascinating if you get people that say, don't go see it. It's not good. Because the very next person is going to say, best movie ever.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. Forrest Gump didn't do well the first time.
Oh, and what a fabulous movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
And even The Wizard of Oz years and years ago was a box office bomb.
My kids went to the movie the other night, but I can't remember what they went to see.
Is that new Marvel movie?
Whatever it was, they liked it.
Is that new Marvel movie? Probably.
It was. They loved it.
Yeah, it was good. All right. So if you need a reason to celebrate today, there are a few of them. One of them is Bathtub Day.
Oh, I love a good soaking bath.
It's encouraging. This day is to encourage a luxurious, long, hot bath to develop inner peace. Almost everybody nowadays takes showers.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a survey of that, but I'm going to guess that the largest percentage take showers.
I kind of do both. Not at the same time.
Yeah, that would just be kind of weird. And we've got that, one of those whirlpool tub things, but we're like everybody else.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you last time I've used it.
So I don't use that part. I just like the warm, especially when I'm really cold. A warm bath is the only thing that warms me up.
There you go. So they say this is a chance to recall some of the luxury of days gone by and count how many times the kids hit on the door.
I know, truly.
That's
No,
what
you know what they
parents
do now? They text me. I'm like, I don't have my phone. I get out of the bathtub. I've got 20 texts. I didn't have my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. And then today's also National Frappe Day. You call it, it's a frappe, right?
Frappe. Yeah. Like a latte, a frappe,
frappe.
cafe. Yeah.
Because, McDonald's ruined it when they call it a frappe.
Frappe. It's a frappe.
Yeah.
It's just fancy coffee, Greg.
Yeah. And I can drink regular coffee all day long and it not bother me. You throw one of those down my gullets and I am a wired jackrabbit.
That's hysterical.
I guess it's the sugar or whatever else you're mixing
Maybe
it with.
the combination. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, whew, there's no
That's
blinking
funny.
for a few hours with that one.
That's funny.
So today is also Forgiveness and Happiness Day.
I can get behind that.
So you're supposed to observe it by working to repair damaged relationships, by asking for forgiveness, or by forgiving others, and by forgiving yourself.
So today is the day that I should ask you to forgive me for every time you're the butt of one of my jokes. You forgive me?
I do, Jan. I forgive you.
See how that works?
It is.
So great. What a holiday.
I'm the butt of a lot of people's jokes, and I'm okay with it.
I am too. I'm okay with that. I'm here to make you laugh.
Yeah. Alice says pumpkin spice frappe.
Blech. No. Alice, step away.
I'm not a pumpkin spice person with that.
I'm not either.
Ken says Starbucks. Order a pumpkin spice latte with a pump of white chocolate mocha.
Ken, do you eat that with a spoon?
Ken, what time do you want to meet up to get that man card from you?
Oh, you're going to get it now.
I mean, I'll turn it in for you.
That's hysterical.
So-
No, I don't like pumpkin spice anything. I really don't.
I don't. And there was I had a story somewhere about pumpkin spice, and it was, I was trying to make it, I was going to use the story, and I thought, no, I'm not. And now that we're talking about it a little more.
Now you want to know what it was. I will tell you that I think that, like a lot of things, I think a little bit of pumpkin goes a long way, and it has become crazy. Like I was at the grocery the other day, and you can't stand in any aisle without seeing everything. All of a sudden, everything pumpkin spice like jumps out at you. Yeah.
Yeah, but Alice, pumpkin is wonderful.
It is. It's
There's
just
a
all
difference.
the craziness. It's
Pumpkin
the safe
spice.
pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like pumpkin pie. Look, I make pumpkin pie protein pancakes that are just they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm just Morgan says pumpkin spice is gross.
I agree.
I mean, and I like the blizzard, the pumpkin pie blizzard, but I think it's a little on the spicy side with the pumpkin stuff. But the good news about the fact that these days is pumpkin spice everything for everybody, everywhere. Apparently it's good for you, or at least good for your mood.
Oh, for your mood?
Yeah. The Dynamic Perception Lab at Johns Hopkins University says the smell of pumpkin spice gives us the warm fuzzies.
Wait, there's a dynamic hypnotic performance lab?
Dynamic Perception Lab.
Whatever. That's hysterical.
That's John Hopkins. So, the part of your brain that processes smell is closely tied to the part responsible for memories. This accounts for the fact that smells like musty books can take you back to long study sessions at the library, or campfires remind you of nights at summer camp. The popularity of pumpkin spice comes from both the scent, the familiar cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg, and our previous experiences smelling, tasting, and even just being aware of the aroma.
But hang on, you're talking about the smell, because when I smell pumpkin spice, it does smell fall-ish. Like it reminds me, but I just don't like the taste of a fake pumpkin anything. I think the smell and the taste are, see, Morgan, you're exactly right.
Yeah. I like the smell of pumpkin. I just never been a pumpkin spice person. Alice says it makes her feel happy and joyful.
There you go. So says Alice. So says Johns Hopkins.
There you go. They're the one and the same.
Yeah, one and the same. They share a brain.
Of course, the minute my brain associates pumpkin spice with raking leaves, nobody's going to want to drink it.
Amen.
It's got to be a negative thing. That's like me with bourbon. Freddie with Buffalo Trace. Freddie Johnson said at the tasting that we were at that so many times when people talk about what tasting notes they get and what aromas they get, it equates to things that they remember. It's not necessarily that their palate is that defined. It's that they have that defined of a memory.
Because everybody's got a sniffer memory.
Like there was, I can't even remember the bourbon, but when I smelled it, it had this oaky, it reminded me of my mammy's. I mean, actually it reminded me of my mama and papa's house. When you'd wake up, when you stay with them in the summer and you'd wake up, or actually in the winter, you would stay there Christmas break, and you would wake up and you would get the smell of the wood stove in the house. That's a
great smell.
I smelled that and I'm like, man, I love the aroma of that. And so Freddie Johnson says you equate it to things that you know.
Because they're in your sniffer memory. Mitch makes a pumpkin larceny bourbon pie. So it's a pumpkin pie made with larceny bourbon, because larceny has those cinnamon and pumpkin notes that goes very well with a pumpkin pie. It's delicious, but it's pumpkin pie with a little bit of bourbon. I mean, there's nothing bad about that, but that's the only thing really pumpkin that I ever really liked the taste of.
Yeah. I mean, I like pumpkin pie, and there are a few things I like. It's just, if it gets too much of the pumpkin spice,
Yeah. You need to have Mitch make you a larceny pie. I'll put him on that.
Won't you do that?
I will. I got you.
You guys had an anniversary this week too, didn't you?
Last week or this week. It was this week on Monday. Sorry. It's been a long week. It was this week. 19 years.
You don't even know.
It was on a Monday.
Oh,
And it was really, I got beautiful roses, and we went to lunch together because we spent the evening at Will's football game, but it was phenomenal.
yeah. So Ken says several of his YouTube creator friends make fun of him and want to take his man card, but he says no shame. Okay.
Listen, you got to embrace that.
Yeah. And Morgan needs that recipe, by the way.
On it.
Speaking of smells,
Yeah.
did you know that women smell better than men?
Hello, Captain Obvious.
Literally.
I believe it.
So scientists found that women have better senses of smell and taste.
I would agree with that too.
They have 50 more neurons in their olfactory bulbs.
What? What?
And their olfactory bulbs.
Okay. Listen, we smell better. Our smellers are better.
Yeah.
We're smarter. We're brighter. We're funnier. We're sweeter.
Just in case you needed to know, the olfactory bulbs is the part of the brain responsible for processing smells.
I just like to hear you say it.
And to practice it a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Women also usually have more taste buds than men.
You know, I think I've heard that before, that women are able to taste more variety and depth in flavors because we have more, no more taste buds, but more neurons in our taster palate. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, whatever. Sounds good.
Yeah.
John Hopkins University is not going to be calling you anytime soon.
No, they know better.
they're not going to do that at all.
Jana's not the PR girl for Johns Hopkins. That's for sure.
Stick to the whole E-Town tourism thing, Jana. Right? Yeah, I mean, that's in your wheelhouse, you know?
For real. Know what you know.
Outside your, don't step outside your receptors, your olfactory bulbs, you know?
Yeah, the pumpkin spice taster people aren't going to be calling me either.
Yeah, I know. You probably don't need to put a pumpkin spice candle in the tourism building for sale.
I know.
Yeah. I just, you know, what is your favorite smell, like candle scent or whatever in your house? Is there one that you have a go-to?
So right now I have I like kind of, this is going to sound kind of crazy. I like kind of earthy smells. And so right now I have one that's a fall. It's just called something fall, smell of fall or whatever, but it is kind of a woody, it's not really pine, but it is, it's kind of a smoky, it's just like the fall. I don't know. I just really like it. Also in the summer, I like lavender and eucalyptus smells together.
Which is, that's good for you too, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm a seasonal candle scent person for sure.
Yeah. I like Alice's thing here. Hickory smoked pumpkin. You put bourbon and diesel fuel in that and I'll be in.
Bourbon and diesel fuel.
Oh.
Have you invented the diesel fuel candle yet, Greg?
No, it's going to happen. I'm going to get Kevin Stafford with Bourbon Candle Company to take care of that for me. I need to
listen. They have some good candles too. And I'll tell you something else. In the wintertime, I don't even use candles. I just put like this scent of stuff on the stove. It's like cinnamon and cloves and oranges and cranberries. And it's like a simmer that you put on the stove that kind of acts as a scent in your house. I love the smell of that.
Huh. Shane says, I'm still looking for the packaged smell of dirt because it is earthy, you know.
It earthy. Perhaps not the best descriptor.
There you go. Morgan likes leaves from Bath and Body Works.
Oh, I've never smelled that. I would probably like that too.
I can't go in those places.
Oh yeah, I have a hard time. It's like overload to me. I would have to smell it separate.
You know, that would be like going into a liquor store and saying, hey, we've got all these samples of bourbon, but they're all mixed together.
It's true. It's very true.
It's just
Yeah.
can't.
Like I can go in and smell like one or two, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm out. Peace out, Boy Scout. Y'all just pick whatever. See ya at the Hallmark store. Yeah.
There and Kirkland's.
Yep.
Kirkland's, I
thing.
can't breathe for a week.
Same thing.
Now, I like to go in there because I like some of their art and their paintings and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's fun shopping.
I do. I think we're doing a video with, it's on my calendar somewhere. I think we're doing something with the Bourbon Candle Company soon.
Ooh.
A part of the series with Jared Butler that we do with State Farm.
Fun.
So maybe I'll work with Kevin then.
Yep. Get on it.
Bourbon and diesel fuel.
Get ready to have to buy them all yourself.
Girl, it'll go flying off the shelves. I mean, new pumpkin spice.
Diesel fuel.
Okay, whatever. You're gonna find out. It's gonna be something special.
I'll be waiting on it. I'll be sitting up here waiting on it. You let me know.
Yeah. All right. So one final story as we wrap this up. All right. In the wonderful tourism office in your break room, are there just a bunch of nasty, dirty coffee mugs, or are you guys clean?
No, they're only like 4, and they're all mine.
Okay, but they're dirty.
Most of the time.
Now, do you clean them before you drink out of them, or do you just wash them out and go again?
No, I don't clean them until I get ready to drink out of them. And so, because if I rotate quite often, and so I wash them out with hot water and soap right before I use them. So yeah, there are probably more sitting dirty than clean.
Okay. Hold that thought 1 second because we have to pull this up. Candles are bad and start fires. You should use the wax scents heated by light. It is Fire Prevention Week after all. And he is Smokey Bear's boss. So we have to make sure.
All right.
We put that on there.
Good.
So there you go.
Good. I keep a close eye on my candles. I never burn them for very long, and they're never close to anything that would catch on fire.
There you go. But public service announcement on Fire Prevention Week from Shane Crutcher, Smokey Bear's boss.
Smokey Bear's boss.
So if your break room is anything like most break rooms, it's littered with dirty coffee mugs that people use but never clean.
Yeah.
Is that dangerous? Was a question put together. Well, the answer is not really. There is no need to worry.
Dangerous, like to your health or because of a fire, or what do you mean dangerous?
No, dangerous to your health for like bacteria or whatever. Okay. There's no need to worry if you drink from a dirty cup, even if you are sick. Ironically, it's the sponge in the break room that has the highest bacteria count of anything in the office.
I agree with that. I don't know that we have a sponge. We have a little brush, though. It's probably the equivalent of the sponge.
Yeah, we have the one that sits in a mason jar.
Oh.
Because, there
are no germs in there.
Right. And then you pull that out. But in our new office, Kenny and them, they had we have a dishwasher installed.
Nice.
So you wash the cups and then you put them in the dishwasher.
That's probably the best.
But the biggest challenge that we have and haven't figured out the system yet is when are they clean or when are they not?
Oh.
Because there's been an instance before of somebody's went in there to get one.
You need one of those magnets. You flip it this way if it's clean and this way if it's dirty. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's probably, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But we've had somebody actually a couple of times drink out of there.
Oh, I thought they were clean.
Yeah, they lost their lid over that one. So, Alice says all the coffee mugs in her break room were clean. Yeah.
You just keep telling yourself that, Alice.
Goes and blows out the candles in the next room. See? Shane Crutcher, I mean, that's why he is Smokey Bear's boss.
Spreading safety everywhere he goes.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that guy, he's an amazing guy.
I love it.
All right, so a couple of bacon bits just to wrap up your day because we haven't done this in a while. So we'll throw a couple of bacon bits your way because I know people want these. Sure. Did you know in ancient Egypt, pillows were made of stones?
I feel like the pillow I'm sleeping on right now is made of stone. I got to get that replaced.
It's Egyptian, I guess.
It's Egyptian.
Yeah. Did you know in the Middle Ages, chicken soup was considered an aphrodisiac?
Well, Pray tell why.
I don't have that. I'm just giving you
Oh.
this. Your job is
All
to
right.
figure out the rest of that.
Okay, chicken soup.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
because it's because you drank it when you were sick and it made you feel better, and so you thought you wanted to get frisky. See, there you go.
I'm not doing any more. That's it. Stop it. That's all of them. I'm just doing 2. I'll pull some of those more in next week because there's no way I'm going past that.
Well, makes sense to me.
Did you know the ancient Egypt, they slept on their roofs because it was colder?
There you go.
They
You would think
did
a snow
that.
pillow would be cold enough.
They did that so they could catch a cold, and then they would get chicken soup
So that we'd feel better.
and
Feel frisky.
all right, that's going to do it for Bacon in Your Mailbox for this week.
We're pretty much done, right?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Just drop the mic, walk off.
Well, sorry.
Show number 128 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. We appreciate you joining us. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. And that is Janet Clark, community fanatic, a.k.a. chicken soup aficionado.
Bye, y'all. Oh, goodness.